This is Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. With a panoramic view of the Frankfurt Airport in the Lufthansa First Class Terminal Lounge, please welcome ET Now Shaili Chopra.
Hello and welcome to Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. This is a very special show because every week members of India Inc. join us to share their successful stories of how they've nurtured their businesses and taken them to the next big level. This is where pioneers of today select the pioneers of tomorrow. Joining us today in the Lufthansa First Class Lounge is a woman of great substance and acumen. She has carved a niche for herself in a rather male-dominated business, an achievement that till some years ago was just a dream for women in corporate India. She was not only the first Indian woman to graduate from Harvard Business School, but also the first woman to lead a foreign bank in India. Please welcome Naina Lal Kidwai, Group General Manager and Country Head of HSBC India. Welcome. So nice to have you. Thank you, Shaili. You know, your story is such an interesting one because you have many firsts to yourself. Does that sort of make it harder to keep delivering at every stage of life?
I don't think one thinks about it as delivering. You take each step as it comes, and sometimes you marvel that you even reach where you have, because when you started off, as I indeed did, was I even dreaming that I would be CEO of a bank someday? Yes, I would have liked to have been. Did I believe I could get there? No.
But how did it all begin for you? When did you decide that you would go to Harvard to study? Was it something, you know, the part of upbringing at home? Or was everyone saying, we need you to be a career woman?
Oh, no one at home was saying I needed to be a career woman. I think the thrill really came from entering my father's office as a kid and seeing what his very oak-paneled office and swivel chair was about. I think I like the idea of a desk and a swivel chair.
Yes. Okay, you know, being a banker is not easy in these times. It was an ambition earlier on, once you decided to at least turn into a career woman?
Through a process of elimination, it almost appeared to be the only course open to me as a woman in India, where women had not entered the workplace.
Yeah.
So actually the field I entered was investment banking, where you really live by what you deliver. If you're no good, no one meets you. If you're good, you have to establish that in the first 5 or 10 minutes, and that's when you get your second meeting, you get an assignment, and you win a role for yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a surprise that in India, if you look at the first series of women that came up through the organizations, many were in investment banking. We had our first heads in investment banking. I mean, after me, there were 3 or 4 others, heads of investment banking before we had heads of banks.
Thanks. But you know, yourself, you were part of a large number of deals earlier on.
Yeah.
I mean, taking Infosys, Wipro to the market. Maruti and Bharti have been extremely interesting IPOs. How have times changed for a banker since then to where we are today?
Yeah, I think for someone like me, Shaili, it's meant actually an evolution from investment banking to banking, which is quite a major change. The subtlety there being you go from the hurly-burly of doing deals, like the deals you described. Many of these were first-time transactions ever, the first listings of an Indian company on a New York stock market, the first transactions that happened in the country, and also helping to evolve what was then the framework of our stock markets. Right. And the Association of Investment Bankers, etc. So actually putting the frameworks in place into a very young industry.
Right.
So it's been a process of evolution and learning every step of the way, and I'm a great learner.
Beyond the banker that you are, you're looking at being a pioneer and helping women and women empowerment. Yeah. What is that thinking about?
My husband actually started an organization called Grassroots Trading Network for Women, which is about livelihood creation for women, particularly rural women,
yeah.
and working with large NGOs like Seva, who do an excellent job in that field. So it really is about women empowerment through livelihood creation, allowing women the ability to earn money. And when they earn money, they use it so well, much better than the guys, I can tell you,
yeah.
that it's important to put that money in their hands. So the whole field of women and women empowerment through livelihood creation is important. At HSBC, we embedded it with our microfinance initiatives. Sure. Because you lend money largely to women and self-help groups. You enable them to pay it back by giving them a livelihood.
And they're just looking for an opportunity, a starting point, something that really can change lives in a big way.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's lovely to hear that story from you, and I'm sure we'll get to learn a lot more from you through the show, as our young entrepreneurs who are going to join us here are going to be listening to how she sets those benchmarks. In the next segment, we'll be joined by 3 energetic entrepreneurs who will share their businesses and ideas with Naina and get her guidance in taking their business forward. We're going to move to the other side of the lounge, but we'll be back after this short break. You're watching Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa.
Hi, I am Deepankar Bishwas, co-founder CEO of Offergrid.com. If you have a Facebook page, a website or a mobile application, talk to us. We will enable amazing shopping experiences on them. Welcome to Offergrid.com, the ultimate shopping network.
Hi, my name is Shreyash Srinivas. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Level 10 Entertainment. We are one of India's leading comic book companies.
Hi, my name is K. Vaidishwaran. I'm the founder and CEO of IndiaPlaza.com, India's first online shopping company.
This is Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. This is Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa.
Welcome back to Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. We have with us the Group General Manager and Country Head of HSBC India, Naina Lal Kedwai, at the Lufthansa First Class Terminal. It's the only airline in the world to have one. And joining us now will be 3 young, energetic entrepreneurs who will make a short pitch on their businesses and ideas to Naina here and try and win her confidence. Each entrepreneur gets 2 minutes to make their pitch, followed by a short interaction with Naina. One of them will be the entrepreneur who will be the winner and win a Lufthansa business class return ticket to his dream destination in Europe. They'll also manage to get a mentorship by Thai. Our winner could potentially grab a spot on the Pioneering Spirit leaderboard too, as the leaderboard will rank all episodic winners on the basis of their scores, and the top 3 will meet in the grand finale. So let's call our first entrepreneur, Shreyash Srinivas, CEO, Level 10 Entertainment. Welcome. Well experienced. Tell us a little bit about your company. What kind of entertainment does Level 10 do?
On the surface, we are called as a comic book company. So to put things very simply, we make comic book content both for the print as well as for the digital media. However, we, the founders of Level 10, choose to look at it a bit differently. We consider ourselves to be creators of original content and intellectual property. We crowdsource our content. So to us, comic books are a great way of testing out the idea. The starting point is comics, but the future, the potential to influence television, to influence gaming, to influence merchandising, and all forms of popular culture is immense. So that's where we are moving towards. At this juncture, we do, of course, the regular comics, and the first of our properties, called Batu, is going to make it to television in November this year.
Okay.
We have 2 different publications, one at a premium price point targeted at an urban audience. Then we have a magazine at a 30 rupee price point targeted at Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities.
Yeah.
Apart from this, we have an application on iPad. We are present on the web, and we'll shortly be releasing a application for the Android market.
And as a startup, how you manage to get people to join you?
In India, the kind of talent that we hire is not necessarily educated. We are looking at artistic people. So these are people who do not really have too much of job opportunities. So we are quite popular on social media. So that's one way wherein we reach to a lot of people. Also because of the fact that our magazine is now well distributed across Tier 2 to Tier 3 cities, and there is a right back mechanism, it allows us to interact with a lot of people who are not necessarily on social media as well.
And reach out to the talent you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. We'll catch up with you later on the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Let's call upon the next entrepreneur here on Pioneering Spirit today, Deepankar Biswas, Offergrid Networks. Welcome to the show. So what does OfferGrid offer?
We offer amazing shopping experiences on any of the consumer touch points. So as to say, it could be a website, it could be an application on the web, it could be a page on Facebook, or it could be an application on the mobile. So we offer amazing shopping experiences on the properties which do not typically do shopping. Our target market is essentially, it's a B2B model, and we make money through the merchants, or you can call retailers. These are both offline and online. So these retailers actually want to reach out to the right consumers where they are. And in today's online media, the consumers are engaging with online media in a never before way. I mean, they are not only browsing, they are interacting. They are, consider an example of a matrimony site. They are looking at the profile, they are chatting with the profile, they are singing a song for the profile.
Sure.
In addition to that, why can't they gift a product to the profile?
But why would they come to you? There are many who are doing what you're doing, right?
For example, a matrimony site becomes a publisher for us. So we work with them to make a shopping solution integrated with the matrimony site. So all their consumers remain their consumers, but they get an activity-based shopping experience right there. So our models are subscription and transaction-based for the merchants. And also, during this process, we are collecting amazing data on the shopping, on what activity results in what kind of shopping. So this is something we are looking at in the next 6 months as insights or analytics which we could offer.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Anna. Thanks a lot.
Well, two interesting businesses done. On to the third. K. Vaitheswaran is joining us. He is the founder and CEO of IndiaPlaza.com, an online shopping portal. Welcome. Welcome to Pioneering Spirit. Your website's name tells it very clearly. Get to the plaza and shop.
Absolutely.
But who are your customers?
We actually are the first shopping site in India. We started in '99. And over the last 13 years, we've already served a little over 1.5 million consumers in India. We've delivered close to 5 million consignments all over the country. So we've got a fairly large base.
So your business is pretty interesting, but do tell us how you differentiate yourself. IndiaPlaza.com is obviously a shopping portal, but there are plenty others who are doing this. How are you different?
We've got three key differentiators of our business that I believe will stand us in good stead. One is we're not sector agnostic, we're not category agnostic. We sell everything. We're not going to focus on books or electronics. We want to continue expanding because we believe the real power of the network effect of the internet will happen when we are able to sell more stuff to the consumers. Second is we don't carry inventory, we don't have warehousing. We believe that we know for a fact that retail margins in India across category are very low. And when you match the internet business, which is primarily offering high discounts and sell at low prices, and match it with warehouse and inventory, which is a high overhead business, that business is not going to make money. We believe our business will make money sooner rather than later. That is a big difference from other e-commerce companies.
So what is the payment mechanism you use?
So mostly we offer everything, but 95% of customers pay us by internet banking, debit cards online, or credit card.
Okay.
So that's the most preferred method of payment.
So
and
what
I think
is
that's
the first mover advantage you have?
Well, I think we know a lot about how things will go. We've already survived two challenges. We went through the dot-com bust in 2000. We survived the global recession. We've gone through periods where nobody was willing to invest in an online shopping company. Internet e-commerce was a bad word for a long time. We have stayed put. We've been persistent. And I think we have seen the ups and downs. And my belief is that whenever you're starting a new company and going off, I think a company needs to go through bad times. I think that's what builds the steel and the backbone for the company. I think we've got that. Most of them are still going through good times. I think we will see how it goes.
It'll be good to see the profits come through now.
Yes, and we're going to test that steel a little later on the show as well. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Some interesting businesses, Naina, very different from pure banking.
Well, we see a lot of this even in banking, because banking is about funding very different businesses. Not so much in the sort of e-space, but many companies are experimenting with these very spaces. So it becomes interesting, very interesting to learn how companies that are startups are actually beginning to feed into the older companies who then need these very capabilities to market their products.
That's true. I'll give you some time to think about these businesses and what these entrepreneurs have presented to you. And to help you make up your mind, Naina, we've also got Raman Roy, Chairman and Managing Director at Quattro BPO Solutions, who's incidentally been listening into all these pitches from our control room. Raman, what do you think?
Hi Shelly, hi Naina. What an interesting set of entrepreneurs. I look forward to joining you as we take this forward.
Okay, I'm sure our three entrepreneurs are looking forward to your chat. Raman, thanks very much. Who could be today's winner? That's something that we'll only know in the next segment. But you, as our viewers, could also win yourself a Lufthansa gift hamper if you try and predict the winner today. All you have to do is choose from the 3 options on your screen. If you think it's option A who will be today's winner, write Pioneer space A. For option B, Pioneer space B, and similarly for option C, Pioneer space C. You could send in a message to 58888. I repeat that, 58888. The winning entry is going to be revealed on the Lufthansa India Facebook page. Our lines are open, so go out there and predict the winner. And we'll see you after a quick break. You're watching Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa.
This is Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. This is Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa.
Welcome back to Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. We now have with us Raman Roy, Chairman and Managing Director at Quattro BPO, along, of course, with our pioneer today on the show, Naina Lal Kidwai. Together, the two of them will assess and evaluate the 3 pitches from the entrepreneurs and select a winner. Remember, the winner gets a Lufthansa business class return ticket to his dream destination in Europe and a mentorship by Thai. Raman, the floor is open and we'll go to our first entrepreneur, Shreya Srinivas.
Shreya grew up on comics, and I was very fascinated to hear what you had to tell Naina. How do you make money?
We make revenues from our print business, wherein we have 2 products. We have a graphic novel product which is priced at 199 and 299 rupees. We also have a smaller 30 rupee priced magazine in English and Hindi which goes into Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Apart from that, we have digital application which is
You
present.
actually break even today?
We don't, but we are getting there. So
under a
our
year
ambition on comics very simply is to break even, and eventually for us breaking big is when we get into television and so on.
Getting talent from places where they did not have an opportunity. How do you scale that model?
We're always inviting people to submit their entries. Their entries could be in the form of art, their entries could be in the form of stories. So anybody who's a potential reader is also a potential employee with us. So what we do is that we share the intellectual property with them. We pay him a small amount, far lesser than what we would pay in terms of full acquisition. But unlike our counterparts, in return what he gets is that if this property ever goes on to, let's say, go beyond the confines of a comic into really high revenue generating mediums, he stands to make money out of it. So that's a kind of a symbiotic relationship that we want to build within this country.
But our next entrepreneur here on the show, we've got Dipankar Biswas. Raman, shoot.
When you were speaking to Naina, you spoke about analytics and the data that you get.
Yes.
I found that very intriguing. Are there insights that you're getting that your partners did not know about? Do you see early signs of that?
So we have got some interesting data on which activity results in what kind of shopping.
Can you give us an example?
Is local shopping, is a dining product better selling or a health product better selling? Or in the case of online shopping, are the apparel selling more when the user is engaging using an activity, or the apparel is selling more when the user is just browsing a catalog?
So what is the revenue model? Is it that of a consultancy? Is it subscription? How do you charge for your service?
So it is a subscription rental to get on the grid, which is the offer grid. And then there is a percentage of revenue which largely we share it with the publishers, and a portion of it we also keep.
Okay. Yeah, time's up for you. Up next is our third entrepreneur, K. Vaitheeswaran.
Okay, Vaidhi, early thinking, yes, but where does it show in the numbers?
One of the challenges that we have faced in our business is we started in '99, and in 2000, which is just 6 months after we started, there was a dot-com bust. and nobody even wanted to associate with an e-commerce company. So we were like the pariahs. 2-3 years nobody talked to us. Over the first 10 years, I think it was so ahead of its time. There was hardly any scalability. I think you should really be looking at the numbers in the last 12 to 18 months when we've raised a round of funding. The numbers are now beginning to look really, really good.
You said packaging is done with your branding,
Yes.
and you oversee the packaging.
Yes.
I found that a little disconnecting.
Yeah, so what we have done is we have built a process whereby we don't do the warehousing, we don't do the stocking. It's all our vendors and partners and merchants across the country do it. But when they sign up to follow a very strict SLA and process, which includes that it has to be packaged in a certain
But how do you
manner.
monitor it?
That we find out because one of the things we do is every quarter, every vendor, 10-15 vendors, we actually praise what is called mystery orders without them doing. So it comes to us, so we figure out what happens.
Okay,
a
thanks
good
very
process.
much. The Pioneering Spirit dashboard is what I'm going to introduce at this stage. The two of them will together mark 3 entrepreneurs in certain parameters which are on this dashboard. These parameters are market opportunity, scalability, the team that these entrepreneurs have, and the differentiation that their businesses show. Each parameter is assessed on a score of 20 together by Naina and Raman, and therefore each entrepreneur gets a total score out of 100 on those 5 parameters. Let's then see who is going to be the winner today. Here are the dashboards.
Thank you.
Okay, looks like the scores are done, and we do have some answers out there on that dashboard.
Tough one.
Yes, great models, quite different, so not easy to compare, all good. Veti, we like the model. It's clearly scalable. The fact that you have such a big market is very positive too. For you, Dipankar, I think what we heard from you in terms of the refining and the analytics is very interesting. Clearly, you're filling a very interesting void and enabling companies to manage their own apps and their own presence in the e-space a lot better. And Shreyas, for you, a very interesting model given that it is comics and Indian comics. The fact that you're sourcing the ideas from such a wide variety, what you describe as crowdsourcing, is very interesting. Keeps your costs low, keeps your overheads low. The winner, and it was a tough call, is Shreyas.
Congratulations, Shreyas Srinivas.
Congratulations. Well done. Good luck.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Many congratulations to you, Shreyas. Of course, I'm going to now request Sadiq Almas, who's the Director of Operations and Airport Services, South Asia at Lufthansa German Airlines, to present the prize, a Lufthansa business class return ticket to the winner, Shreyas.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure.
In fact, Lufthansa has always supported SME business, and we wish you a lot of success in the future.
Thank you so
and
much.
may I present you with a Lufthansa ticket, business class ticket to Europe, to any destination of your choice. All the best.
Thank you so much.
What
Pleasure meeting you.
destination will it be?
I have
This
not
is
yet
yours.
decided.
He wasn't
Mr.
dreaming
Almas,
about
I'd
this.
also like to request Mr. Almas to present a special memento for our pioneer on the show today, Naina Lal Kidwai.
It was a great honor to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. And
May I
wonderful
present
that you're
you
doing this.
as a token of appreciation?
Can I fly in this all the way to Germany?
This is personalized A380. We would love to
Thank
have
you
you
very
on
much.
one of
Appreciate
these
it.
flights.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
But the battle is just not over yet. There are chances of our winner, Shreyas, today to qualify for the finals if he makes it to the top 3 in the leaderboard. Well, as you can see, our winner today has taken his place on the Pioneering Spirit leaderboard. Every week, the episodic winner shall vie for the top 3 spots on the Pioneering Spirit leaderboard. The final winner will be awarded an entrepreneurial program at Cambridge University, aptly titled Ignite, courtesy Canon Partners. Thank you all for being with us here on the show. Well, all the very best to you, our winner as well. Hope to see you in the finals then. That's a wrap on this episode of Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. But you as our viewers, remember to join us and give us your feedback on the Lufthansa India Facebook page. We'll see you again, same time next week. Till then, goodbye and thanks for watching.
kind of get static. There's a kind of a creative death. So hope and fear, there's a kind of a constant push between hope and fear that constantly is driving. So there's hope and then there's fear, then there's hope, and said, no, I'm not going to be afraid. There's hope. I can see the wind coming, the sails will fill, but the tide is going that way. But if you're not aware of the wind, and if you're not aware of the tide, and you lose it, then you're static. And being static is creative death.
This is Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa.